Well, we're into the time where we're starting to think about the end of summer, but there's still plenty of time to get out and explore all the parts of our province and beyond. And if you're going to do that, wherever your explorations might take you, you're going to, of course, need a bag. And our friends at UN Luggage, as always, have the perfect product to help you get around with everything that you need. Jon Thiessen is the owner of UN Luggage, joining us once again in the Classic 107 studios. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Nolan.
So, I see that we have something that I don't think has ever been in the Classic 107 studios on your left hand. What are we looking at here today?
Well, this is a bag that is often out of stock. So I brought that here because we do have inventory. And, as you say, sort of end of summer, I probably should have done back to school backpacks. But we have lots of those and we have very few of these, and it's not always available. So
Gotcha.
This is a bag called the Osprey Daylite. And why it is usually out of stock is that it is so popular as the perfect personal sized item that the brand themselves never make enough of it. So it's not often that we have something that we would consider like a hot cake or something that sells, like hotcakes.
Yeah, sure.
But it seems like we sell one of these bags every day.
Wow.
And that's, that's a lot.
Totally.
Yeah. And so
what makes this bag such a hot cake, if you will?
Well, it's the size. So the airlines give you a certain dimension that they would like you to keep at your feet. This bag sort of fits that bill. It's probably one of the most well-reviewed bags that is out there. So a lot of people do the pre-research. And then discover that it's very lightweight. So that's why it's part of this Osprey Daylite collection. It drops over the handle of whatever you're rolling. So a lot of people will travel with a rolling carry-on that goes in the overhead. And the intention is for this to go at their feet. So it's light, slips over top of whatever else you're rolling. And then the organization. So, it's got access from the top. It also packs like a suitcase. So if you're actually using this as a miniature carry-on, you can actually open it up suitcase style.
Look at that.
Yeah. And so it's 26 liters to begin with. And then what really sort of pushes the popularity over the top is that when they say 26 plus 6, which is the name, there's this expansion that you may be hearing me unzip zippers right now.
Yeah, right.
This gives you another 6 liters of space.
Nice.
So now you're pushing what is the legal limit of your personal size, but people love it.
If you are like me and you are a chronic overpacker, that is the exact kind of thing that you need to expand what you are able to do with your luggage. The other thing that strikes me as I'm looking at this bag, Jon, is that it is very... Yeah, sure, it's a soft shell, but it also looks very professional. It does have like a very sort of, not office per se, but it has a very professional sort of veneer to it as well.
Yeah, it's not too sporty. They do this in other sportier colors, but those are actually out of stock. And I don't know if we are, going to be able to get more, but we do have stock of the black right now, and we're always trying to get more of this bag. But yeah, the black is it's pretty clean. It could be a professional bag. But still sporty enough side pockets for water bottles.
Sure.
Small little pockets for, carrying your 3-in-1 liquids bag and that sort of thing. But
in your experience, when you're working with people who are trying to find that perfect carry-on item, that perfect sized bag to get through airport security with no issues, or if you're like me, you're overpacking, you're trying to stuff it into one of those bins that show that, yes, this is in fact a carry-on bag size.
Yeah.
What are you finding about people when they decide between something that is a soft shell, like this Osprey Daylite, and something that has a bit more hard shell? What do you notice when it comes to preferences and who might be picking out one of those kinds of those shells?
Well, I think we are selling more soft.
Okay.
So, which is maybe not the normal, but because we're a store and people come in and can compare, and people are putting pieces side by side and comparing something that's more structured to something that's more soft, they'll often choose the more soft. But that I think flips a little bit when people shop online, where online people are attracted to the shininess, they're attracted to this, something that looks good. But they aren't getting a chance to compare it. So if they're in store, they usually choose soft. If it's online, they're usually choosing more structure.
Interesting that that's the distinction. Like if you see something that's shiny online and then you get into
Shiny
the
things.
store, shiny things all the time. It's just it's that classic sort of distraction.
Yeah.
So then when you're thinking about the traveler who purchases this soft shell in particular, the Osprey Daylite, are you noticing that there's a specific type of traveler? I noticed that professional veneer before. Are you selling these to like professionals who are going out on some like a weekend business trip? Are you selling these to some other kind of traveler?
It's the traveler who wants to get aboard as much as they can carry and are usually traveling carry-on only. So if people are checking through a bag, it seems less of a concern. But if they are going carry-on only and say, I'm going to Italy for 3 weeks, and they're trying to get as much as they can on the plane with them because they don't want to check, that's where this bag sort of comes in and sort of helps people figure out how to do carry-on only.
I see.
Yeah.
It's training people on top of being a good thing to a good sort of a travel aid. We mentioned this very briefly, and I'm sure that our listeners are going to have a lot on their minds in the next couple of weeks about back to school as well. You mentioned that there are plenty of things in stock to help that back to school person at U.N. Luggage. What are some products off the top of your head that you're also thinking about for going back to school this year that catch your eye and go, wow, that is the perfect accessory for 2025?
For an accessory, probably those tech cases. So kids have backup batteries, they have cords and cables, and it's like these little tech kits. And so it's become a category. It's a thing we sell for travelers and for, kids to help organize. Otherwise, for back to school, it's lots of backpacks.
Lots of backpacks.
Yeah.
When the parents are looking for that perfect back to school backpack, what are some of the things that you and the knowledgeable staff at UN Luggage are advising people to do as they're flipping through your selections?
Usually volume. So they're usually looking for a bag that's, somewhere between 25 and 30 liters big. Seem to be looking, the bigger the better usually. So there's a bag by Osprey called the Nebula, which is a 32-liter bag. That's probably our number one back-to-school bag because it fits a large binder, a lunch bag, and if your kids' feet aren't probably bigger than size 11, you can still get a pair of runners in there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Everything able to fit in that one bag.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you are traveling out of town or you're thinking about the things that you do while you're staying in town over the next few weeks, UN Luggage has got you guys covered. That is for sure. And I'm looking forward to getting back into the storefront myself in the coming weeks. We had a ton of fun with it back in the springtime. I'm sure it'll be equally as fun if we get to do it again in the fall or winter. Jon Thiessen, always awesome to hear more about the amazing products at UN Luggage. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Nolan.